Uninformed immigrants are at a huge disadvantage in court, in financial and legal matters, and also sometimes in life. Well, what can we do about it? I'll tell you what. We can train, teach, inspire, and empower immigrants to maximize their lives regardless of their immigration status. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. I am your immigration lawyer and host, Otis Landerholm, and this is the Empowered Immigrant Podcast. My topic for today, getting to the legal topic, is there such a thing as a boyfriend/girlfriend visa, right? Another way to ask this is, can a United States citizen petition a visa for a boyfriend or a girlfriend so that they can come to the United States? And the short answer is no, all right? The short answer is no. A boyfriend-girlfriend visa does not exist. Doesn't exist, unless you propose to them first and you intend to get married, then we can talk about fiancé visas. But what I want to do is, I want to explain the options, right? Because if you do have a boyfriend or girlfriend who's, a citizen of some other part of the world, good for you, that's awesome. And so then it's like, okay, what options do you have to be able to be with that person? So what I'm going to explain is the big three options based on your relationship. The first is they could apply just for a regular classic tourist visa. All right, they can apply for a tourist visa to get a permission to come into the United States, for a visit. The best advice there is don't say that you are, my advice would be to not say that you're like boyfriend and girlfriend and that's the purpose of the visit. Instead, my advice is say that you're coming to visit friends and maybe to visit Disneyland and maybe to go to a conference or maybe to go to a national park, see something in the United States, all right? And then make it clear in your application that you're willing to respect the length of time that they give you the visa for, right? That you're intending to come in as a tourist and then go back to whatever, your country or any other country you're planning on going to. Tourist visas are options, and they can be very frustrating because the officer, when you go to your interview or even when you're at the airport, they can cancel that visa. If the officer suspects, right, that you're coming in with the intention of getting married and then adjusting status and staying in the United States, they'll deny your visa. They'll cancel that visa. All right? And so that can't be your intention. And so really, it's like, hey, I'm coming in to visit friends and to do a few things. That's completely legal and completely fine. And if they ask you, hey, who's this person? And, if, you need to be honest also. You can say, hey, they're your boyfriend, they're your girlfriend, but you understand the time limit on your visa and you have all the intention in the world to return to your country after your stay is done. In fact, here's my round-trip ticket, right? And here's any other evidence that I have of me maintaining my apartment in my home country or I'm not like moving to the U.S. right now. This is a temporary visit. That's what you got to know for a tourist visa. You got to show it's a temporary visit, okay? And that is your intention to have it be a temporary visit. Otherwise, they'll deny you, okay? So tourist visas, those are an option. They do exist. You got to know about them. The second option, when it's a boyfriend-girlfriend situation, is you propose to them, all right? Buy them a ring. Send them the flowers. Pop the question, okay? If you intend to marry this person, you can apply not for the tourist visa, but for a fiancé visa. And you can go through the fiancé visa petitioning process. The I-129F, the fiancé petition, all right? The consular interview after that petition's approved, all right? Then the your fiance enters the U.S. and you have 90 days to get married here in the U.S. And then after you're married, file the whole adjustment of status process once they're here in the U.S. Got it? That's the whole fiance visa process. I've got videos explaining the fiance visa process. That is option number 2. Propose to them, buy them a ring, demonstrate your intention of marrying this person, and then you apply for a fiance visa. If you decide not to get married after they're here, I mean, that's what the fiance visa is for, right? You got 90 days to figure it out, all right? And if you decide to get married, you got to get married, right? But in order to even get that visa approved, it has to be your intention to get married, all right, in those 90 days. So there you go. That's option number 2. Option number 3, we're going through. If you've got a boyfriend, girlfriend, you want to bring them in. Option number 3 is forget the fiance visa and just go get married, all right? Now, some of you are like, whoa, I'm not ready for that, right? I'm not ready for that. And so then don't do this, But if you are ready for it, if you're not, if you want to get the ball rolling already, go to wherever your boyfriend or girlfriend is, propose to them, and fly out there and go get married. Get married first. Then you can do it as a spousal case. You file the I-130 petition, all right? That petition takes a little longer than the fiancé petition does. But then as soon as it's done, they go to their consular interview, they enter the U.S., and they get their green card after paying the fee. You don't have to then get married and then file a whole other 2-year process in the United States, an adjustment of status process here in the United States, if you got married first, right? It's actually a less expensive, less lengthy legal process to just go get married first. Okay? But it does take a little bit longer typically for that petition to get approved, which means it takes a little bit longer for the person to enter the U.S., which is a bit of a drag. So sometimes there's this analysis, and we do this in consultations all the time. Hey, if you want to get the person here quicker, the fiancé visa sometimes is the best way to go. But if you want to have fewer legal issues involved, just go get married first, right? And we could do that analysis because, you don't have as many interviews and as many hoops to jump through if you're already married. So anyway, there you go. There you go. Those are the big 3. Those are the big 3. Are those clear for everybody? And now, if you don't want to do any of those things, or if your tourist visa was denied, or if those are not beneficial, then, there are other options out there, and you could look those up. Work visas, student visas, family petitions, asylum if your life's in danger in your country, U visas if you've already been to the U.S. and you've been the victim of some crazy crime and reported it, right? Parole in place if you have a family member who's in the U.S. military. Anything else, there are other options that are outside the box that I'm not going to go into right now. But the 3 big ones that I discussed, tourist visas, fiancé visas, and marriage-based cases, those are the ways, typically, to have, a boyfriend, girlfriend, fiancé, spouse enter the U.S. Got it? Now you know. Thank you all so much for joining me today. My name is Otis Landerholm, Landerholm Immigration, A.P.C, where we fight for your American dream. I will see you next time on our next episode of the Empowered Immigrant Live. In the meantime, have a wonderful and fantastic Thursday.